Hi everyone, I'm Scott Schneider. This is Stereo Niche. Well, we thought they were out for the count, but they've suddenly had a rebirth. Stick around. All right, well, Happy New Year. And what a happy new year it is. Just out of the old 2024, we get some, out at the end of 2024 actually, we got some news of a manufacturer that was pretty much on the back of its heels just a couple of years ago. They were fighting bankruptcy. They were in Chapter 11. And here we are 2 years later, and Onkyo has come out of the ashes here and released not just AV gear and for home theater, but hi-fi. Can you believe it? Stereo gear. They released an amp, a preamp, and an integrated amp to go after the hi-fi market. I mean, it's very exciting news. I'd counted Onkyo out, and here they are coming out swinging, and it's some pretty cool gear. So let's take a look at it. Here is what they look like, the offerings. They are in black and silver. I don't know, just me, but so far I think the black is looking better than that silver. But here's a close-up of the preamplifier. This is the P80 streaming preamp. Has a high-quality DAC in there. It's got supports AirPlay 2, Chromecast, Spotify, Tidal Connect, and Roon. And a full gamut of all the wired connections you'll need. Wi-Fi, wireless, all the connections there, wireless connections. And has an HDMI ARC capability. But look at this. It's got Phono. Phono. And not just Phono, it's got Phono that supports MM and MC cartridges. So, you know, they're listening. Records just sold more than CDs for the first time in decades. Last quarter or two, records outsold CDs. So they're paying attention to where consumers are going. This will retail for $2,000. So while that maybe that sounds expensive, but for very high-end gear, that's for a preamp, really not. More than probably a lot of people want to pay, but this is going to be considered premium gear according to Onkyo. So moving on, would you look at this thing? Look at how cool this amp is. I mean, that just looks like it just stepped right out of the 70s, doesn't it? This is the M80 Icon Power Amp with an output of 150 watts per channel into 8 ohms, 200 watts into 4 ohms. And it's a fanless design, so it's going to be quiet, but my gosh, who cares about all that? Look at those meters. Those meters. Wow. I mean, did you really think in 2025 we'd start to see cool big meters again? You know, I sure didn't, and especially from Onkyo. So they're really harkening back to the days of yore here and the peak in the 70s and pulling inspiration. That's just cool. MSRP here also $2,000, so $4,000 for the set if you want a preamp and the amp. Gosh, I can just see that amp. They're going to probably have to buy a lot of amps. Make a lot of amps. That thing is going to fly off the shelves. Too cool. That $4,000 for the pairs is strain. You can go for the A50 Icon Network integrated amp. Pretty much everything that both separate components have just in one box. All the same connectivity. Has a little bit less power, not significantly less though. And of course, it doesn't have the cool VU meters, but where are they going to put them on here? This will retail for about $1,500. Now this is, early information. This pricing might be off a bit, but that's what information is available. And just know this is cool stuff. I don't know when it's going to hit the market, but just the fact that this has been announced and that it's going to be stereo, I think is pretty cool. Does remind me of the points I was making. There's a video I did some months ago about the death of home theater. Wasn't really intending it to be literally the death of home theater, but the slowdown, I thought, of the big home theater installations where, we were spending a lot of money to go from 5 channel, 7 channel, 9 channel, 11 channel, and you had to have a whole room full of speakers. I think that phase is behind us now. And a lot of people are satisfied, one way or another with just a sound bar. I can tell you that's what I've got in my house now. My wife loves the sound bar over everything else that we've had. So, and I've had, other implementations of surround sound, but she just prefers the clear voicing coming out of it. But that gave me some living room real estate to put a bigger stereo system in there. So, for me, I'm fine with the compromise. And I think that is why we see now Onkyo coming out with some new stereo-focused products, because I think a lot of others are finding the same thing. They don't need the big surround sound system anymore. You can buy one speaker, set it right, connect it to the TV. You don't need a surround receiver anymore. If you want to set up a separate room and you've got, your family's in there a lot. My kids are now, aging out of all that. We don't watch the TVs as a family like we used to. And it's not for any other reason other than they just got older and started doing their own thing. So I listen to more music now in the house than I used to. So I feel like that's what's happening in a way for a lot of folks. They are toning down the volume of gear that they needed for a home theater and supplanting that with potentially, better quality hi-fi gear. Bringing back the music, baby. That's it. That's what it's all about. So anyway, I thought it was newsworthy of putting out a quick video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about those cool meters. I think they pretty much rock. Give me some comments if you think it'll be something you'll look at. I'm a vintage guy, so, I don't think I'll be really going to buy it, but wanted to comment on it nonetheless because I think it's noteworthy. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You don't want to miss the upcoming videos. Hit subscribe. We'll see you next time.